Hi everyone, it's Marisa from BumblebeeApothecary.com, and today I'm going to show you how I cook kidney. So, as I've talked about before, organ meats are a powerhouse of nutrition, and I have some other organ meat recipes on my channel, and I am planning on doing more. And today I want to show you how I make kidney. I will have some of my other organ meat recipes linked in the description box, so be sure to go and check those out. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. The recipe that I'm doing today is based off of one of the kidney recipes in the Nourishing Traditions cookbook. It's the kidneys in wine sauce recipe. I do change a couple of things in there just to make it fit with the GAPS diet in case you're on that, because some of us are following that. And then as well as just fitting in with what ingredients I have on hand. So I'll let you know what changes I make as we come across them. And the kidneys that I am using today are a beef kidney and 2 lamb kidneys, and this will work with any similar type of kidney. And the recipe says to let them soak in some lemon juice, and the amount of time that I like to do this just really depends on my day and how best that fits in. So these have actually been soaking in a container in the refrigerator I put them in there mid-morning, I believe, and now it's just before dinner time. So it could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be several hours, really whatever fits in with your day. And also I didn't have lemon juice on hand, so I did a diluted apple cider vinegar. So it's water with some apple cider vinegar added. So I just have that. And so now I'm just going to drain these and then dry them really well, and then we will cut them up into walnut-sized pieces. I did also want to mention that whenever I've made this recipe before, I was really happy with how they turned out. I thought it was very mild. That's one of the things that I like about these other types of organ meats, is they have a more mild flavor than something like liver, so they can be a really nice gateway into eating organ meats. And the soaking, I think, helps with that, so there's no strange flavor. I just thought that they were really delicious. So I just wanted to mention that because I know there's been some people asking about how to make kidney and make it taste good with no strange flavors, and I think this is a great way. So now I'm just going to take my knife and cut these up into walnut-sized pieces. So we'll start with this one and just kind of follow the natural divisions that are already there for the most part. Next, I'm going to take my cast iron skillet and I'm going to heat about 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to turn my heat to medium and just let that get nice and melted. Okay, and now that my oil and butter are nice and melted, I'm going to add these to the skillet. And then we're just going to cook them until they're browned all over. Once they're browned all over, I'm going to take them out of the pan. And then my oven is already warmed up. I'm going to actually reduce that so that it's not too hot. And then put them in there to stay warm. And then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this oil that's in here. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. And then this is going to make our sauce. So the recipe calls for shallots, but I couldn't find those. I don't have them. The produce section was kind of sparse this last time I was looking. Anyway, I'm just gonna do an onion. So I've done it this way before and it does turn out very good. So I'm just gonna let my butter finish melting here, and then I'm gonna add these onions to the pan. So we want to cook these until they're nice and soft. So I do have the heat to more like medium-high. It probably depends on your stove. I feel like this one runs a little bit cool. So in recipes, I sometimes have to adjust and have my heat a little bit higher than what the recipe says. So I have it medium-high, and I'm just going to cook these onions till they're soft. And I've turned my heat back down to medium since I felt like it had caught up to where it should be. Added a little extra butter because I thought that it looked like it could use that. Okay, I think that's looking good. They're nice and soft. Next, I'm going to add half a cup of red wine. I have this nice organic dry red wine that I keep on hand for cooking. So the original recipe calls for 2 cups of beef broth, and I am going to use less than that. I also don't have beef broth on hand, so I'm using chicken stock, which I've used before and works just fine. I would say other kinds like lamb would work too. So I'm going to add those, and then I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and then what I'm looking for is for it to cook down and reduce by half. And then at that point, the original recipe has you add some arrowroot powder to thicken it up, and since some of us are on the gas diet, I'm not going to do that, so that's why I'm using less broth, so that it can just naturally reduce down and thicken that way with no arrowroot powder. Okay, this is looking pretty good. And so at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the heat. And I'm just going to season with just a little bit of salt. There was already salt in the chicken stock that I added, so I don't want to overdo that. And then a little bit of pepper. Yeah, that looks really nice. And then what we like to do is serve them on a plate and drizzle the sauce over them. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope that you try it out. If you do, let me know how you liked it. Check out that description box for links to places where I like to buy a lot of the ingredients that I use, as well as free ebooks and other goodies. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would like it, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.